Hi friends, welcome to the Treehouse. I'm your host Kelsey, and I'm so excited to have you here today. We have so much fun to get to. Now before we do, I have a question for you. Have you ever seen a helicopter up close and personal before? You haven't? Now, do you like helicopters? Me too. Now, do you like police cars? Me too. Do you want to see a police car and a helicopter? Well, you're in luck because we're going to be heading to the police open house where there's going to be police cars, police dogs, helicopters, and so much more. So let's go take a look.
Reporting from the police open house, and I am looking at this right now trying to believe that it's not real.
Have you ever been inside of a helicopter?
No, never.
Never? Is it really cool to be around the helicopter?
Yes.
What's the coolest thing about the helicopter?
Everything.
Everything?
Yes. It's Amy. Reporting. Welcome to the police open house. I like it because all the army cars are here.
I will be a police officer.
And what would you do as a police officer?
You can save bad guys.
Oh yeah, you're gonna stop the bad guys?
Yeah.
Would you want to be a police officer when you're older?
Sure. I would give it a go, and if I make it, I would totally be one. Cause I could be in the detective bureau, and I could help with fingerprints and shoe casting, kind of the stuff you need to help solve a crime.
Did you see the police dog?
Yep.
What was the police dog doing?
It was napping.
Napping.
And his name was Stanley.
Do you like to take naps like Stanley too?
Yeah.
Yeah, naps are pretty good, aren't they?
And do you know, I have a stuffy dog named Penny.
Thanks for coming to the police open house.
Yay, police!
Yay!
3, 2, 1.
Sign of the day.
Hi friends, are you ready to do some signing with me? You are? Well, perfect, because I have the best sign for us today. We're going to be learning about a bird, but not just any bird, a very specific type of bird that we hear a lot about in the fall time, or maybe even year-round. I'll give you a hint. Sometimes they can be small and found in farms. Sometimes in the wild, they can be really big. Did that give you any guesses? Maybe you've even heard the sound they made before. It's kind of like a gobble gobble. Did that give you a hint too? Oh, let's hear it. I think you have it. That's right, it's a turkey. We are going to be learning the sign for turkey today. Have you ever seen a turkey before? You have? They're pretty big, aren't they? They can be quite loud too. Maybe you're a little loud too. I know I can be. Now we are going to be learning the sign for turkey. Now in the sign turkey, we also get to learn another sign. It's a letter sign. Now this might seem a little weird, but we're going to be learning the letter Q, okay? So we're just going to need one hand for this sign, whatever you use to color or to write with. And we're going to take our pinky, this finger, and they're all gonna take a little nap for us. Now all we need are these two. They're gonna come down and make kind of like a pincher. Have you ever pinched your brother or sister before? I'm gonna make a little pincher like this. but it's not gonna fully close. It's gonna open, just like this. You see that there? It's gonna go just like this with the space in between. And then these fingers still taking a nap. Now we're going to take our little line, this little rectangle we've made with our fingers, and put it downwards. So we want our fingertips to face the ground. You see that? We're gonna flip it over, and we're gonna bring it to right underneath our chin and move it back and forth. So you ever see when a turkey gobbles, moves like this down here and it makes it sound? You have right here. So we're gonna shake it back and forth, and that's the sign for turkey. Super, super simple. You wanna try it with me? So we're gonna have these fingers, that's right, they're gonna take a little nap. And then these fingers are going to line up like this. And then our fingertips, remember, go to the ground, face the ground. Then we move it to our chin. So these asleep fingers are facing outwards. And these fingers are facing towards us. And they shake back and forth. And now we've got the sign for, that's right, it's turkey. You remembered. Let's try it together. So fingers asleep. Now we have our two right here. It goes down and shakes back and forth. And now we have the sign for turkey. There's a few signs that happen down here too. You might have even seen like pig is right here as well. This one just shakes like this, turkey. Very good. You are so good at that. Now that we've learned the sign for turkey, we're going to learn some facts about wild turkeys from Ranger Lizzy over at the Shadbush Nature Center. Let's go take a look.
Hello my friends, Ranger Lizzy here from the Burgess-Shadbush Nature Center, and I'm here to talk turkey with you. Today we're going to talk about a very cool bird. It's a really big bird, and I bet you've seen them outside before. It's a wild turkey. Not the kind of turkeys you might eat at Thanksgiving. These turkeys are outside, they're very large, and a lot of people don't know too much about them, so I'd love to talk about it. At the Burgess-Shadbush Nature Center, we have a flock of wild turkeys that love to hang out. They really enjoy our bird feeders. And we have at least 3 to 5 hens. Those are the lady turkeys. And then sometimes we'll get a male or a tom around. We'll call them turkey toms. And they'll come around and they'll try to impress the ladies when it's time for them to try to start like a family. But usually the ladies just want to hang out with each other and eat their bird seed. But they feel very safe and comfortable here at the Burgess-Shadbush Nature Center. Turkeys are big birds, and a lot of people think that they can't fly or they're clumsy, but they're actually pretty agile. Turkeys on ground can run around 10 to 15 miles per hour. That's super fast. And they can fly up to like 30 to 40 miles per hour. And while they can't quite fly like a hawk where they're up in the sky for a long time, they are able to fly over short distances. At night, they like to fly up into the trees and hang out there where it's safe from predators to sleep. And in the morning, they come flying down to the ground where they start their day. They are diurnal, which means that they're active during the daytime, and they have amazing colorful vision. They can see lots of colors, even better color vision than we do. And they're able to use that vision to find berries and seeds and tasty snacks on the ground for them to find and eat. What I love about wild turkeys is that they are a conservation success story, kind of like bald eagles. You may not think of it because when we think of turkeys, we think of them being everywhere, but that wasn't always the case. When the early European settlers first arrived in America, they saw the turkey and they were like, that looks delicious and easy to hunt, and they were right. And so we kind of overhunted them to the point where they were almost extinct. But through reintroduction practices, we've brought them back and their populations have skyrocketed, and now we have wild turkeys. And so it's never too late to start helping wildlife. Even if they are already endangered, we can still make a difference.
Hi friends, it's Miss Bethany at the library here to tell you about some of the new books that we've got this fall. Everybody just went back to school recently, and we've got one about a little bat who's the new bat in school. It's called Bitsy Bat School Star by Windness. And Bitsy is just a little bit different than everybody else at her school. She does everything a little bit different, and she kind of feels like she doesn't fit in. So her family has to help remind her that she can still shine like a star, and even though she's different, she's special because she's different. And she can fit in with her kids at school and still make friends. She's just a little neurodivergent, which is a big fancy word for saying that her brain works a little bit differently than everyone else. She just thinks and feels and learns and experiences the world in different ways. Just like a lot of people in the world do that. And probably some of you and some of your friends are all a little different, and that's okay. We find ways to do our best at school and still have success. We've also got Seals Are Jerks by Chapman. This is a really funny, silly story about a little girl named Lorelei whose favorite animals are seals, until she finds out the terrible fact one day that seals actually eat penguins. And she's really upset about that because she likes penguins too. So she goes on a journey to Antarctica to meet these animals and get to the bottom of this and find out why nature is the way it is sometimes, and the animals are wild, but we can still learn about them and appreciate them for who they are because they're that way for a reason. And we have a chapter book for our older readers called The Lost Library by Rebecca Stead and Wendy Mass. Have you ever heard of little free libraries? We have a few right by the Shelby Township Library, and they're kind of like a little mailbox filled with books that people give and take to share with each other. So a little free library pops up in the town of Martinville, and best friends Evan and Rafe find a lot of secrets in the books that will help change the future of their town. And there's even a ghost librarian in this story, perfect for October Halloween season. And we have some new nonfiction books for you to learn about real things in the world. This one's called A Kid's Guide to Tabletop RPGs by Gabriel, Hicks, and illustrated by Dave Perillo. Maybe you've heard of Dungeons and Dragons. That's a popular game. Well, this book is all about, even if you're a wizard at playing or you don't know anything about it, learning how to play role-playing games and roll the dice and create characters and do some tabletop role-playing. We also have The Story of the Saxophone by Lisa Klein Ransom and illustrated by James E. Ransom. And this book is about the boy who invented the saxophone back in the 1800s. He was very creative and an inventor, and he was toying around with making a new instrument. And so this is all about how the saxophone became a popular instrument today. It's very recognizable for jazz and in the school band. One day it was invented a long time ago by a kid, and he never gave up, and his last name was Sax, so it even got named after him. So we hope you'll come check out some more books this fall at the library. We have lots of great Halloween and fall seasonal books to come check out our shelves, and we'll see you soon.
Hello and welcome to Craft Corner. Are you excited to do some crafting with me today? You are? Perfect, because I have the craft for us. We are going to be making some gift bag, goodie bags, whatever you want to call it. Have you ever had to give something to somebody and need to put it in something nice? Maybe you don't have a bag around, or maybe you have to go to the store to get one. But we are going to be making one that's going to be personalized and special to you for somebody else. So if you are having a Halloween party and want something cool to trick or treat with, or even to give out some treats in, or even some Valentine's Day stuff too, you can use this all year round, and you get to make some pretty cool bags with stuff you already have at home. Are you ready to get started? Me too. All right, so the first thing we'll need is a paper bag. I have a paper sandwich bag or a lunch bag if you've ever seen one of these, or probably have them at home. But you can use a bigger paper bag, even one that you get from shopping, going to the grocery store, or a smaller one you want to reuse. Whatever you already have, we're going to be using that today. But if you notice, my bag is missing something on top, something to hold. Do you have an idea what that might be? A handle. My bag is missing a handle. And I feel like to have a really nice goodie bag or gift bag, we need to put a handle on it. So that's going to be our first step. So in order to do that, we need to attach the handle. So we are going to be punching some holes in the top. So one right here and one right here. So our handle can go over it. We can grip onto it. So in order to do that, I'm going to open up my lunch bag, because if you see right in here, there's a little bit of a fold. So when you fold in the bag, it's like this. We don't want to hole punch it because we will get a hole on the side of the bag, and that won't look very good. So we have to bend this over so it makes like a little flap like this. Like our bag even has a little wing. Do you see that? It looks like a little bat. So we're gonna move it so it has this just on the outside so we can punch a hole, then we'll put it right back. Same thing on this side. So we're gonna take this and just move it over so it's scrunched and out of the way. It just moved back. It doesn't wanna go. There we go. So if you see now, my top of my bag lines up perfectly with the other side. And we want our holes to line up too, so our handles are even on both sides. So what I'm gonna do next is take my hole puncher. You can also take a pencil or a pen and just punch a hole through if you don't have one of these. But I'm gonna take my hole puncher and I'm gonna move it all the way to the end and just punch down. And if you see now, I have a hole that goes all, just kidding, I don't. I only did one side. Let's try this together. You see how I messed up like that? That happens. Accidents always happen. So we're gonna line up the hole. And this time I did it right. You see how now we have a hole going all the way through? Phew, you helped me with that one. Now it's time to do it on the other side. Fingers crossed I can do it this time. Do you believe in me? Thank you, I believe in me too. So now we're going to put it, we're gonna make sure we have it on both sides. Not gonna fool me this time. Punch through. I love doing that part too. Just a punch makes such a fun sound. Now we have both of our holes on both sides of the bag. And that's perfect, so we're gonna put a string through. So now I'm gonna stand up my bag. It's pretty loud, you hear that? Crinkle, crinkle. We're gonna put it right here so that I can see where I'm going to put my handles. And now we're gonna choose some ribbon. Now you might have some string at home or some ribbon at home that you would like to use, anything that works for you. And I'm going to cut 2 pieces so that both my handles are the same size. So do you see how I kind of flipped it over so that I fold it in half so I can line up the 2 pieces so they're the same length. So I'm gonna cut it twice. So right here where this edge is, I'm gonna cut this other part of the ribbon. So now we have both ends, just like that. And now we have kind of this loop here. Do you see that? Now we're gonna take the end where we have this little loop and we're gonna cut right there. So it's halfway through. And now we have our 2 pieces of ribbon. So our 2 handles right here. I chose gold because, well, it's sparkly and cute. And I like that. You might choose green or blue or purple, whatever's your favorite color and whatever you have laying around too. Now we're going to put these through the holes we just made, but just one at a time, and you'll see why. So I'm gonna put one of these through the hole, and we want it to go from the front of the bag and not the inside. Because if I did it from the inside, then this part of our handle would come out. And that's not where we want it to come out. We want it to be in the inside. So we're gonna stick the end through and pull it through. And then I'm going to take some tape and I'm gonna tape it in there so it's not going anywhere. So when we pull our bag by our handle, well, our handles don't fall out of our bag. We wouldn't want that, would we? Make a big mess with everything inside. So we'll tape that end in. So I just put a piece of tape in. You see now, it's just kind of hanging here. And before we attach it to the other side, what I like to do is put some beads and other things on our handle to kind of just jazz it up a little, make it more special. So you can pick beads that you have at home. Maybe you can even add some stickers to it, but it's just a fun way to just add something extra to our handles. Do you ever make any like friendship bracelets at home? There's a lot of cool things you can do with beads. You can make jewelry, you can drop them and they can roll away on you. Have you ever done that before? Sometimes when I'm making anything with beads, I make a really big mess. That and glitter. Have you ever made anything with glitter before? Does it get everywhere? It sure does. Well, hopefully you're better with the beads than I am. But we're just going to add some beads to the handle and then tape it in. And then do the same thing to the other side. It's that simple. As you can see here, I've had our beads and they didn't roll away. And I've added a handle to each side. And they're taped in the inside as well. So you can even do, and I was thinking it would be so cool if you have beads that have letters on them, and you could even put the person's name on the handle that you're giving it to. So you can really customize it as well. And now this is the opportunity for you to get even more creative. And we love that, right? Now it's time for us to decorate the outside of our bags. You can see here, I've taken some with some gemstones and added them on here, even hot glued some puff balls onto them. You can draw directly on them using some markers and crayons, glitter glue even, which is what I'm going to use today. But we get to have a lot of fun with this. So I want you to use whatever you have at home and whatever makes you the most creative. So if you're a really good drawer, please draw. I'm terrible at it. Like my stick figures look a little crazy. So I'm going to add a sticker to mine right in the middle, like so, right here. And then I'm going to use my glitter glue and really make it sparkle. Because we like some sparkles on our bags, don't we? I'm going to do some like polka dots on it. You see that? Gonna add them everywhere. Now, like I said, if you're a really good drawer, you could do flowers, you could do stars, any shapes you like. You could even draw the person you're drawing this for, or if it's for like a special holiday, you could even do like a Christmas tree or even a pumpkin or some bats. We're gonna keep adding some polka dots onto here. I'm very excited to see how yours turn out too. Make it as colorful and perfect as you are. Now that we've added some polka dots onto mine, I think I'm about done. Now mine is a little drippy in one spot. Don't mind that. We're always gonna have some imperfections, and that's what makes them perfect and unique for you, right? So now we have our completed goodie bag. And like I said, you get to use this for birthdays, Halloween, Christmas, Hanukkah, anything you'd like to give a gift for somebody, you have a bag to do that. So get crafting, and I'm excited to see how creative you are. Until next time, keep crafting. Bye-bye.
Hello friends, Ranger Lizzy here with another story for Storytime. Let's jump right in with The Leaf Thief. What a wonderful time of year. I am snug in my nest with a belly full of hazelnuts, and the sun is shining through my leafy canopy. Such lovely colors. Red, gold, orange. Red, gold, orange. Red, gold. Wait a minute. One of my leaves is missing. Where is it? It's not here. It's not under here. Bird! What is the matter? Someone stole my leaf. Your leaf? Yes, one of my leaves is missing. My leaf looked a lot like that one that Mouse has. That is not your leaf, Squirrel. But how can you be sure? Mouse, Mouse, did you steal my leaf? No, this is my boat. See, Squirrel, it is perfectly normal to lose a leaf or two at this time of year, okay? Okay, thanks, Bird. See you tomorrow. The next morning, oh no, this is bad, bird! What is it this time? More leaves have been stolen! Excuse me, woodpecker, are those my leaves? No, these are my leaves, squirrel. I spent ages collecting them. No one is taking your leaves, squirrel. This happened last year, remember? Maybe. Why don't you go back to your nest and try to relax? Okay, thanks, bird. Try to relax. Breathe in and out. Just relax. The following morning, this is a disaster! Bird! Bird! Where are you, bird? I'm here, squirrel. Wait a minute, are you the leaf thief? No, squirrel, I am not the leaf thief. I will show you the leaf thief. Where are they? Because I've got a few things I'd like to say to them. Look around you. The leaf thief is everywhere. It shakes the trees and rustles the leaves. It even takes your hat. Do you see the leaf thief, squirrel? The only thief is the wind. This happens every year in the autumn. Every year, the leaves change colors and the wind blows them away. They'll grow back again in the spring. Now I'm going home. Please don't disturb me again. It was just the wind. The leaves change colors and the wind blows them away. Of course, no leaf thief at all. Silly me. I'm gonna sleep well tonight. The next morning, bird! Someone has stolen the grass! Sigh. The end.
All right, now it's time to grab our binoculars. Even if it's just making some with your finger, we're gonna take a look outside to see if we can see any emergency vehicles. So make sure you're looking out for any fire trucks, police cars, even helicopters out there. Let's go take a look. What kind of vehicle is this? It's large, has big wheels, it's beige. Oh, it's an army vehicle. Now what's this? Oh, it's up in the sky. It's a police drone. That's exactly what it is. A drone in the sky. And look, we're not the only ones who think it's cool. Now I wonder what this next one could be. It's green and brown and black. Let's take a better look. Oh, it's another army vehicle. This one is a pretty big one too, just not as tall as the other one. Oh wow, look at that. A red fire engine. Now this also flies in the sky, but it's not a drone. It's much, much bigger. It's a helicopter. That's right. Have you ever seen a helicopter fly high up in the sky? Wow, look at it go. Bye, Mr. Helicopter. Whoa, did you see those police cars, the fire truck, even the helicopter? Those were so cool. So happy that you got to go with me because it made it even better. Well, until next time, play fair, play nice, and play together. Bye.